This is a story from our book, The Wills Lawyers, entitled, I Heard My Mother's Words. The call came to Fiona at 10 o'clock in the evening. Mom was in the hospital. This did not make sense. Mom was a healthy 75-year-old who lived independently in her own apartment. What was Mom doing in a hospital? Fiona rushed down to the hospital. When she was led to Mom's room, what first met her eyes was an unconscious woman lying on a bed, covered in a blanket, and hooked up to various tubes. This was Mom? The attending doctor asked Fiona if they could go to a meeting room, as he had a number of issues to discuss. In their meeting, Fiona learned that Mom had been brought to the hospital by ambulance. She had fallen down the stairs leading from the street to the subway. Her injuries were severe. Several of her bones were splintered, and she already had suffered a heart attack on the way to the hospital. The doctor went on to explain the serious domino effect which the accident had on his patient. Unfortunately, it all combined to result in the certainty of excruciating pain and an abrupt shortening of her life expectancy. All of this was overwhelming for Fiona to hear. What made matters even worse was the fact that her only sister, Alicia, was in South America and wasn't expected back for at least several weeks. She couldn't be reached by telephone or by email. The doctor asked if Mom had any papers which might indicate what her wishes were in situations like this. Fiona didn't quite understand what a doctor meant. The doctor explained that a patient could sign a power of attorney directing the doctor what to do when situations as tragic as this arose. He asked if Mom had ever signed one. Fiona recalled having spoken about this to Mom in the past, but Fiona knew that Mom had never made a power of attorney document. She knew this because Mom would not only have told her, but it would have given a copy of her power of attorney to her and to her sister, Alicia. As well, Alicia had never mentioned anything about one. The doctor said that Mom's situation was very serious and that Fiona should leave her phone number and her cell phone number with a nursing assistant. He finished the meeting by telling Fiona that she should expect a call from him to update her. Fiona went back to spend another few moments looking at Mom, then went to the nurse's station to leave her telephone contact numbers. The next morning, the doctor called Fiona. He asked if Fiona could meet him again that afternoon at the hospital. There were no other details. Fiona's instincts told her that the doctor had some very grave issues to discuss, and those instincts proved to be correct. The doctor explained that in that meeting, that he was asking Fiona to make a life or death decision for her mother. Since there was no power of attorney which stated Mom's wishes, and since Alicia was not reachable, the guidance would have to come from Fiona. Should she tell the doctor to extend Mom's life with medical equipment? According to Mom's doctor, that would mean prolonged unconsciousness. And if there were to be brief moments when she regained consciousness, those moments would be accompanied by excruciating pain and certain discomfort. On the other hand, should Mom be left in her natural state without the input of medical equipment? That would lead to a certain death within a very short time. But Mom's suffering would be minimal and brief. Fiona was being asked to make a very hard decision. She loved Mom so much. A yes was bad, as was a no. She had no legal papers from her mom to guide her, no one to lead her, not even her sister Alicia. She found no comfort pacing the hospital floor, so she decided to take a walk outside on the hospital grounds to get some fresh air. Her walk generated memories. At first, the memories were scattered and random. Mom picking her up at school, Mom cutting her birthday cake, Mom taking care of her when she had a cold. Then she recalled the time when, as a little girl, she was in the kitchen with Mom and Alicia. Mom was washing dishes. Fiona was drying them. Alicia had opened the kitchen door for some fresh air. In an instant, Katie, their dog, leaped out that door, bolted out of a hole in the back fence, and before any of them could get to her, they heard the screech of car tires. All three looked at their beloved Katie howling on the road. A car had hit Katie and had completely run over her. The driver apologized profusely and drove them to the veterinarian. Katie was on Fiona's lap, whimpering. Fiona's jeans were soaked with Katie's blood, but all Fiona cared about was saving their beloved Katie. The veterinarian's prognosis was very bleak, which brought forth even more tears from both Fiona and Alicia. Fiona looked at Mom Mom always knew what to do. Mom, Alicia and I love Katie. We don't want to lose her. We've got to keep her alive as long as we can. But Mom answered, if you really love Katie, then you won't let her suffer. And with the recollection of Mom's words, Fiona now had the courage to take action on Mom's behalf. She now knew what Mom wanted and what she had to tell the doctor to do about Mom's suffering.